Hello, I'm in my room right now, as you can see. There's just something that I wanted to address. I've addressed a few things. My hair is not quite a porcupine today, so that's good. I was thinking about getting it cut. I had a schedule to have my hair cut tomorrow, but I guess there was some kind of a conflict with the appointment. But yeah, it's kind of cool. It's kind of like the way I actually like it. Not looking like kind of like, not looking like I have like a million different weird bloated, weird vases today. I kind of look like me today, don't I? Well, yes, I'm in my room. This is what's on the sign right now. Down there, I don't know if you can see. Uh, okay, so on Valentine's Day, I mean, I do have friends, anybody that's spying on my phone and knows how to be a hacker and, anything of that nature, like that just can't live a fucking day without being on my phone knows that honestly, I get no phone calls. And the only calls that I've been making lately is like to my lawyer, texting my cousin, and like I don't get any replies back. I do not talk to humans. I'm completely isolated for the most part. But on Valentine's Day, I just have like a crew of boys that are friends of mine, right? And I'm like, well, happy Valentine's Day to all of these boys. Okay, so a friend of mine that I haven't talked to in probably 2 years or something, I just was like busy. But I know the last time that he came over, it was, during a time where I hadn't seen him in a long time. Like, he brought a bottle of alcohol over, but like, we poured a drink. We did not have a drink though. Do you understand? Like, fucking, I had a mat. I was so, had one mat, I think. I was so impressed because, like, seriously, he hit that fucking mat like no other. And like, he really enjoyed it. He even put the cat ears on. You know what I mean? Whatever I'd require. And he's like, "Well, I'm not really a cat. I'm more of a dog." And I'm like, "Well, that's okay. Like, some dogs have like little pointy ears. I'm like, if you're at my house right now, though, you're gonna put the ears on, and we're gonna like do yoga right now." He's like one of the only people that actually during that time stood up and got on the fucking mat with me. Everyone else just kind of like fucking like sat back, and they were like, "Well, I'll just watch you," duh, 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 like fucking assholes, right? But so this particular friend of mine, I haven't had weed in like 2 years. I just don't have um, the means to get a ride to go anywhere. I don't have like the extra like $30 like to get a ride to East Dubuque or whatever. I uh I don't have my medicine. Let's put it that way. I don't have any acid or like shrooms or anything, which is illegal. But there are like I've been trying like all these over the counter supplements like L-theanine, which is like why I'm here right now. Do you know what I mean? If you know what I mean, then you know what I mean. So yes, I was trying to kill Lali Kumaro off. So that was kind of bad, but like, it's like so I'm like, oh man, how do I get out of this? But like, I don't feel that way anymore, right? So, as I was saying, okay, so my friend like did the yoga, like out of all these guys that come over, like they're just like sit back and like fucking watch me, like, and I'd be so like pissed off. I'm like, don't you think you should be standing up? So I was like really impressed with that. And actually that day too, like all my friends, like I have a lot of friends come over, or I used to, and he'd be like, "Well, can you give me a massage and stuff?" Like, like, "Well, let me give you a pair of like sweat shorts or whatever." And like he put on my little fucking pink sweat shorts and stuff too. And like I'm like, "Yeah, well," and I'm like, "You know what? I actually don't I something like with the day or something like I felt like I don't feel like I'm doing like my very best. Oh, that sounds like something I would say. I don't feel like I'm doing my very best today and that I'm at like my top like capacity to be able to give you like this massage that like I'm so like adept at giving." And I'm like, I feel like something was wrong with my hands or something. I was just like, I've maybe I was doing so much yoga or something. It sounds weird, but like my hands weren't strong enough for something that day. So I'm like, why don't you come back another time and I'll like give you that massage? Well, this friend that I talked to, okay, on Valentine's Day, he even said, like, well, I go to Michigan, I get some carts and all this stuff. I haven't smoked weed in like 2 fucking years. Maybe I had like a hit or two of weed, like the last 2 fucking years. Like, no one comes and helps me. Except for like a particular friend of mine who did happen to bring me like this little bit of weed that like I made last for like a week. And so everything was cool. And I'm like, yeah, well, I'd love to get one of those carts from you because I'm just trying to help you guys, like, when it comes to talking to females, right? The last time that he came over, it was such a cool time, right? But then it's like, well, yeah, I'll come over and bring one of those cards for you, or like, but like, you're gonna take off all your clothes, you're gonna like show me your tits, right? Like, and I hate that because it's like, well, now, like, I really don't. I want that cart really bad, but like, actually, I really wanted to hang out because out of all of my fucking friends, he's the only one that like took it seriously. Like, we should be standing up and like we should be like moving around and on the mat and stuff right now, right? And also, we poured a whiskey or whatever and just fucking had him in front of us and didn't fucking drink them. So, okay, also, the time before that last time, I had him come over. I was living with my roommate that, like, I was in love with, right? So he was gone for 2 weeks, like, because he was fucking doing his own thing. He's like a hippie, he's kind of a drifter. So he would leave for like 4 or 5 days or even like a week or two. And so I'm like, well, I'm just gonna call up my bud, And he's like, well, I've got like a bottle of like, I don't drink anymore, and he still drinks. So I'm kind of like, oh, like we really don't have to drink, like why don't you bring a card over? But then I was like, no, like don't even come over now because of that whole thing, like, uh, about like, please don't like, if you watch pornography and stuff, like please don't ask, or like, I know maybe you're trying to be cute or something, but like that actually somebody like me that's like, oh, I'm so excited to talk to you because you're like my one fucking friend that'll get on the mat with me. I have a couple friends that'll get on the mat with me, but like he's like the one that like he like fucking hit the mat with me though. And I was like, please don't. Here's the deal, like here I am like on a regular day. Do you know what I mean? Like, please don't suggest, or like please don't. He was kind of telling me, he's like, you are going to take your clothes off and show me your tits, like kind of thing. And I'm like, oh wow, I really don't like that energy. And then he's kind of, so I kind of, at first I was like, no, actually I won't. I made a joke about like, well, I know I'll have like bare feet. I'll have my bare feet on, like, well, I'll have bare feet, But and then I'm like, oh, then I made a joke because it's like it's really uncomfortable because it's like, no, really, it's text, it's over text. It's like, no, really though, you are gonna take your clothes off and you're gonna show me your tits. And I'm like, no, I'm not. And now you can't come over, and I hate that. Please don't speak to females that way. And with like a friend of mine, it's like, please don't, because sometimes men have a hard time saying no. Please don't like go up to my friends and like fucking just be so domineering and so like fucking ignorant and just like fucking be like, well, like, and then like fucking pull his fucking pants down and then like, do stuff to him when like he's fucking just like, he's like, no, like, no, I really don't want to, like, because he's always like, oh, like, but they're so domineering and they're so snotty and they're like, you belong to me kind of thing. And then like fucking he's like, okay, like really don't. I'm like, you know what I mean? And then like it's just because like this happens to guys all the time actually, and it's like, what am I supposed to say? Like, oh, I hated it that like she's fucking like in my face and she's kind of like aggressive and she's kind of like, and this is like more than one female with this friend of mine. Uh, no, like no, he's not gonna say, oh yeah, like so and so's hot, like they're fucking obnoxious. They didn't understand. They're disgusting. They're not in alignment, and your body in any capacity does not belong to them just because they're clawing at you and they pull your fucking pants down and then like and then like by the time their face is in it, like fucking I can't be there all the time. Fucking you don't belong to anyone like that. Even if you're married, like I heard fucking Tamika on, AEL 1111 or whatever say fucking, oh, when I was growing up, like my dad said that like even if you're married, like you're supposed to, submit to your husband at all costs, like you're supposed to basically allow them to rape you. That is not true. Don't you ever, if you do not feel like having sex, if you don't like if you don't feel like having sex, if you're not in the mood, it is not your duty as a female or a male to submit to the person, even if you got one of these on. But this same person, the time before he came over and we hit the mat hard and like didn't drink our booze and fucking like, I gave him a half-hearted massage. So I'm like, why don't you come back on another day when my hands feel a little bit more strong? Because like today I'm like, I feel like I can't really like get in there and like really like need it. You know what I mean? Like the way like you deserve it. Come back like in a couple days and like I'll help you out. And then you never came back. It's like and there was no weird embarrassment or anything at that time. So, but the time before all of these times, he came over. My roommate that I was in love with was gone. He had been gone for 2 weeks or something. I'm like, I'm so bored. I'm like, I called him up. I'm like, do you have a board game or you want to just hang out with me? Because I grew up with his brother and his sister. I don't remember. I think he's younger, so I don't even know if he was born at that time. But like they live next to my grandma, like a house next to those like apartments that she lives in. And oh yeah, he was really little. He was really really little. But I was still like 8 or something. But he came over, he brought a board game. We had some like apple fucking, what is it? Like, not the Hennessy kind, the fucking, like the Crown Royal. We had like a drink, right? Maybe smoked a bowl of pot. Or like something like that. And I took a couple of like a couple of games because it's like one of those games that's like ask questions to your friends type of thing. And he's like, okay, well, now you're gonna fuck me, right? And I'm like, what? Because like I'm like, no.